Okay, I want to discuss a process called DE. It's a non-confessional, consistent hatred that goes on for decades on a targeted family in order to gain access into it and terrorize it, leaving it in a submissive, weakened condition, usually with orphans involved, and the home sending by hatred and subliminal tortures of their parents in order to break their homes up. It's made in a process called DE. The D stands for the non-confessional Protestant type of religions, Danny. It is a brother that belongs to their fold that is taken away from you. You're never allowed to keep it. It is anarchy. It's anarchy and a blood drawing against my family that I have already suffered. And now they practice that type of non-confessional. There is nothing in this country that is prepared in law setting any form of precedent where someone could call the police and ask them for assistance regarding this type of terrorism that's going on as they are victims of being targeted. Another type of very derogatory form of knowledge is knowing that they're coming from a kitchen. That the kitchen practiced this. They don't even do this in Ireland anymore. There isn't this type of hatred with the DE process doesn't even go on in Ireland anymore. It still goes on in this country. It's a form of anarchist for their pains. A kitchen's pains they're not able to go on and face the real world with. So they take the process of your past and they use it against the targeted victim. They'll have subliminal roles of people from the targeted family's past, an acquaintance, an estranged relationship. And they will use that with another participating relationship person that takes it from there. There must be the participation of another willing woman, another willing female that is willing to take something that is the personification of the targeted person's past and move on with it, mocking the family of the person's house that was left behind. Judgment is also a form of the process. What gives their meaning to the kitchen in doing stuff to people is the process that they are authorized as in-pained kitchen authority to pass judgment and mock people and humiliate them. It makes them better. They have more kids by it. And they never get over it. It goes on for the entire life of the mocked person's life. I would like to personally console each and every person that was ever targeted or mocked, and this non-confessional process of torture that is not in a prepaid society, a pre-planned society, that was prepared enough to handle the kitchen forms of decadent, bad judgment against humankind in this country. I think that the basis of our government, which rebelled against the mother country when it came here, protected the kitchen for a great many decades and centuries. All the laws in this country have no implication of the kitchen or any form of laws that will go against anyone who tries treason or anarchy and practices judgment in this country on its own, other than the fact that someone might be impersonating an officer. And that's about it. So I also happen to know that the government practices this form of anarchy in its society to control people and large families as if they would be large royal families with lots of authority and handling situations on their own, and wants everyone to be very monotone and staying within the realms of just the government's judgments and rulings. And they do not want any form of overthrowing of its government. So it targeted people in the celebrity industry, the entertainment industry, the music industry, and also very articulate people in society that have been targeted also are to fall under the thumbs of the government. Doesn't want anyone taking it and overthrowing it. And that's about it. It's like a McCarthyism, and the victims of today are like McCarthyism victims because the information of their past is being used against them. And that is how the kitchen could only work out of. It's a long-term inferior cult that has inferiority complex, and that's why they continue on. They haven't felt any better about themselves and unable to go on with it. They have to feed off information in the name of the Father out of your house, which already has put and placed them in a weakened jeopardy. But in their addiction and hatred, and the marketing of their hatred, as they come together to market themselves in hatred and pass their DE, subliminal control on you, they're already in the Father's name of the house that they're in to target, but they're on the outside, and they're actually including you in their family. I find that is a terrible lesson to learn when something happens just as they're doing something in your house and you're falling victim to it, having to suffer the submissive intimidation when it's not very far after that they are returned with it, and then they find out that it's not something worthy to live in. It's not a happy existence. That's about it. I hope that our society starts opening up and makes available areas where people can go to and learn more about this process that targets people and goes after their families. Thank you very much and have a great day.